Philip John Neimark, the founder of the IFA Foundation International. I'd like to welcome you to the next iteration of a weekly ifascope. The weekly ifascope is, of course, presented to you each and every time with the idea that Orunmila has watched or been aware for thousands of years about every decision that everybody makes each and every day, but more important than that, makes on a continuing basis for their abodes. And he sees that there is a continuity and also a mistake system in how people do that. They tend to fall into a habit. They tend to become more comfortable with one, solution rather than another. And yet, Orunmila, who in this kind of a reading was not going to tell you, did the boy get the money? Did I get the job? Did they get better? Or things like that. That's the province of, personal divinations. But it can tell you which energy you can use, which you can utilize for the absolutely most powerful, effective way of going forward in your life. It's really quite remarkable, and it is definitely worth thinking about and giving yourself some time with. And before I get to that, by the way, let me take just a quick moment to ask all of you to take when you're done with this, switch over, give a couple of clicks, and go to ifafoundation.org and look at our blog section and look at what's showing on the blog section. Because the IFA Foundation is now in the process of unrolling something that has been in the works for perhaps 5 years, maybe 4 years, but it is the first major change that we will make or that is being made, and certainly that we will make in IFA divination. If you would like to add a new level after a while, a new concept, a new thought structure, a new way of thinking, then this is going to be very, very exciting to you. And please, take a peek at the blog section. It's the last blog I put up, and you could read it, backwards against some of the others, and see what you think. All in all, it's going to be very, very exciting. This week, however, is not so exciting, even though the Odu was quite exciting because it was Ofun Owari. And Ofun is the Babalao's sign. Not in the Kumi, it's a whole different area of worry and concern over there, but in Ifa, it is if there were a banner for Ifa priests, it would be put Ofun Meiji on the banner. Well, this isn't the Meiji, but it is one leg of it. And what it means is use Orunmila's knowledge and wisdom, that you have obtained up to this point in time, and to solve your problems. So don't knee-jerk to or default to automatically saying what other people were doing or what other people were thinking or what you were taught or what you heard your parents say or what any of those things. Do what you know is right, because what you do and what is right is going to be what Orunmila wants. And it is an entirely different concept, entirely. And the emotional spiritual side, if you did this, it would be a wandering, which is blockages ready to flow, ready to break loose. Unfortunately, we come EB. We're not a ray here, we're EB like this. It's a teeter-totter. And that comes with Obara, Obara Urete. And Obara is a sign where we need more assertiveness on our part in getting it done, which I think in this case relates right, to the Ofun, because it was apparently a little too heavy, a little too difficult for us to cope or to deal with that. And the arete is it's caused by our being unable to find our way. We're not sure what we should be doing, or maybe we are sure, but it's the wrong thing. That's always a component part. You always have to think about that kind of area. So, either way, it resolves itself if we don't take this and put it here. It's a problem, and the problem is going to be victory over difficulty. That's a major on both parts of our life, and so what I'm saying is that this will have ramifications. As by the way, anything with bad character or um, not listening or using the strength of Orunmila is going to harm us a great deal. Not just in our temporal everyday side, but in our emotional spiritual side as well. So, and by the way, it's always the good news, bad news thing. The good news is you're going to be victorious if you do the Ebolas properly. The bad news is, hey, there is something going on here. And I think we all know what it is. So, who do we need? What, Orisha is on tap for bringing this wisdom to us, for calming us down, for getting us to see the whole picture. Not just part of it, but the whole picture. And that seems to be Obatala. In fact, I promise you it's Obatala. And the offering this week is a cigar to Obatala. I know. I used to smoke too for 35 years. And I love cigars. And now, I'm going to be 76 years old in a couple of weeks, and it gets harder to manage those kinds of things. So, it doesn't matter if you're 20 and don't like them, or it doesn't matter if you're 40 and do like them. It won't hurt you either way. It won't cause you grief, but if you want, just light the cigar, put it on the altar, say your prayers, and that'll work. And if you're partaking of the cigar, take a few puffs, enjoy that, enjoy the contemplation and the alone time between you and Orunmila, and think about what it is that you missed. What part of it is, needs to happen for you to go forward, for you to be victorious, for you to, get rid of the constraints that are currently holding you more like this than like this. So what you want to do is you want to take Obatala, if you're fortunate enough to receive Obatala, you bring him down. And if not, use something which suffices for Obatala for you. A glass of cool water, a white candle, a single white candle. And pray to Obatala to give you the insight into navigating your way back to the best possible solutions. Until next time, love and blessings.